We have a couple words we'd like to say to Pop.
Wait a minute. Hold on, Robin.
When we were born, you held us, smiling proud. At your house as kids, fun was always allowed. You spoiled us just the right amount, because that's what grandparents are all about.
In addition to generosity, you make us giggle. You squeeze our legs to make us wiggle. You're always telling jokes, going the extra mile, doing whatever you can to make us smile.
It is touching to see how proud we make you. Our artwork and writing on display, pictures too. Whatever we do, we know we have your support. You're there for graduations, performances, events, and sport.
We are amazed by all you've accomplished so far. For our lifetime achievements, you've set a high bar. Military, gambling winnings, golf and school, business, stocks, and relationships too. You're always a great source for advice, whether it's financial planning or rolling the dice. We have learned so much from your values in class, so now it's time to raise your glass.
We as grandkids just wanted to say, on today, this very important day, we love you, Pop, for all that you do. Happy birthday, Pop. Cheers to you.
Thank you. Nice, very nice. Very, very sweet. I'm so lucky. We're going to toast every one of you again? No.
I think it's give a new glasses.
You got those kids scooped down.
Okay, no, we just got the wrestler. Okay. All right, so Sadie wrote you a toast, but she's a little shy, so we're going to read it for her. It's also past her bedtime. Papa, my entire life, all 6 months of it, people in the family have been giving me advice about you. Okay. Mommy says that she has to taste any drink you give me before I drink it because vodka is just for grown-ups. Daddy said you're a lot of fun to talk to and I should pay attention because I'll learn a lot. But he kept insisting over and over again that I ignore everything you say about the Yankees. Winston said to stay real close to you when food is around because you give out the good stuff. Everyone who knows you tells me how lucky I am to have you in my life, and I have to agree. So here's to Papa.
Hey. Oh, that's yours. Here, Milt.
So everyone that knows me knows I certainly don't have a piece of paper and didn't write anything down. But as you all know, my grandfather has quite a way with words. So even though I don't know all you, I know there's a lot of stiffs, a lot of dummies, a lot of people that don't have a clue what they're talking about here tonight. And it's not always his words, but it's his actions that let you know how he feels about you, and that's, I'm sure, why you're all here. So Pop, I'd like to thank you for moments like these. This is a special occasion, but anytime the family all comes together, it seems to be you that it's centered around. So thank you for being the glue that brings us all together. And happy, let's call it an upside down 60, because 90's old.
L'chaim.
One of Milt's son-in-laws. Actually the youngest. Best looking too. And as Milt refers to all three of us, we're one of three. He calls us the dummies, so you know how he thinks of us. I believe the third time I met Milt, he grabbed my arm and tried to twist it. Which, if you all know him, he's tried to do it to everybody that he knows, including a lot of waiters. But for the whole time, he's never succeeded in doing it. Unfortunately, what I'm saying now, he's probably going to start over again, trying to get me again. When I first came into the family, I always thought I was a good driver. But as I became the part-time chauffeur to Milt, on the way to either Atlantic City or to Washington, always he would sit in a seat next to me, and Lois would be in the back, and he'd say, "Can't you go any faster?" And I'd say, "No, this is right within the speed limit." And he'd say, "There's another truck that passes. There's another truck that passes." And this went on for the entire trip. Finally, on one trip, I was on the Beltway with him, and he's sitting there, and he says, doesn't say anything. I see this little old lady coming by with a right-hand lane, crouched down behind me, thinking like a 15-year-old old Ford Falcon. He doesn't say anything. He just sort of taps on the window, points, looks at me and starts smiling. I said, "Say no more. I know what you're thinking." Actually, when I first came into the family, I knew from Lois told me, he says, you're going to expect the worst and you'll get it, but just behave yourself and just listen to him, accept the fact, don't answer back, because he'll be very happy to have you just doing what you do. So in this respect, I said, okay, from this point on, I will drive very carefully and not have any problems. But about a month ago, I'm driving up Reisterstown Road, if you could imagine. I'm going to cut into a street, and he's sitting there in oncoming traffic coming by, and I just wasn't paying attention. All of a sudden, I cut in front of this car, the guy's blowing the horn, screaming at me. Milt looks over at me and says, "I'm really proud of you. I finally thought you could do something right on this one." But anyway, I know it's always love, and he's the most honest person I think I know, maybe a little too honest, but he's really just a great guy, and everybody respects him and loves him. And with that, I think he'll have a very happy birthday and many, many more. We all wish him that.
Being rude, I'm not surprised. All right, so I came into the family in 1980, 81, and Milt started wondering, what is she doing with this Goya? He just can't figure this thing out. Well, we went out to dinner. We went to Tio Pepe's downtown. I was really out of my element. They're serving wine in glasses. I'm used to beer, and I have a draft in plastic cups. Sylvia, the classy lady that she was, she asked me, "Would you like cream and sugar with your coffee?" I said, "Nope." I'd had a couple glasses of wine. I like my coffee just like I like my women, hot, black, and tasty. Well, Sylvia was taken aback. Beanie was absolutely mortified. This guy put me in the parts business. We've been best of friends ever since. I love you, Milt. Happy birthday.
I mean, there's other friends here, but the only friend that's getting up to talk for you. And I kind of felt bad because no one else was doing it.
It speaks volumes.
But anyway, Milt, you've always been a risk taker. And a few years ago, I mentioned to you about a stock, Golden Peaks, the gold stock. Well, I sold him my shares, and I had a nice profit in the stock. Now, Milt, in a couple years, you're going to have a profit also. But since then, you've been continuing on the way that you usually do, because I understand that you were buying gaming stock in New Jersey and Nevada, and since you haven't been going there too frequently, the stock is really going to help. So you either have to go back there and lose money, or keep it like it is and lose money. And the last thing is really pretty sad, because the last thing that you bought, the way I understand it, was TEPCO. TEPCO, for anybody, enough people know, TEPCO was the Japanese nuclear electric company. But for all of you girls, Dubrov girls, I want you to know that there's one thing in the estate that does have value, and that is, I forgot. No, it's the racing form. Milt has the original racing form, and he's kept it. From what I understand, it's in the socks drawer. So it hasn't been touched because it was the first and only time that he had a winner at the track. And so make sure he doesn't have another winner, or you'll have nothing in his estate. The second thing is, I wanted to mention that I know you've been dating my cousin, Corinne. And I have to tell you, Milt, I told Corinne a couple things. One thing is, if he asks you to invest with him or loan him money, say, I know Specken Sie English. The second thing is, if he says to you, little girl, I got candy for you, say, I don't want cavities. Anyway, Milt, happy birthday. You are a true friend. I love you a lot, and again, happy birthday.